on the homestead where the gardens grow.
In the garden where the summer falls, gentle wings answer nature's call. Petal to petal, soft and free, life awakens in a sea of bees. Oh, buzzing hearts in the morning.
Been working in my garden yesterday, getting it ready to put some netting over top of the cabbage, Brussels sprouts and broccoli. I've got some pak choy in as well. Just wanted to show you the netting that I've put over it. And I'm just going to put some fertiliser on today, some organic fertiliser, rooster booster, and also some blood and I use this simple mesh system. I just buy the mesh from up at Bunnings, one of our local hardware stores here in Australia, and I use electrical conduit. I had 2 pieces of like steel bar, so I put that in, the ground up one end, but the other end I didn't have enough bar and I just pushed it really deep down in the ground. Cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts and pak choy are heavy feeders, so I like to give them a really good start. I'm adding a mix of blood and bone and rooster booster, just scattering it over the top. The blood and bone gives them that quick hit of nitrogen to get the leafy greens growing, and the rooster booster keeps that all going to slowly break down and keep feeding them over the next few weeks. It's simple, but it works. I wanted to show you the walnut tree that we've planted in the front yard. When I was a child, my uncle and aunt had a beautiful walnut tree in their front yard, and I've always wanted to have one because it was such a beautiful thing to be able to pick walnuts in your front yard. I walked out early one morning to find my husband had started making a garden around the walnut tree that he'd planted the day before, and it was circular, which I hadn't spoken to him about, but I really wanted a circular garden around it. And when I walked out, here he was finishing it off. It was so beautiful, and I've just planted some snapdragon and some alyssum in it, so it's just beautiful. I'm so grateful. Richard had to dig a stormwater trench down the side of the house, right under the pine trees, and what came up was about 50 years of old pine mulch. It's amazing really, all that time just breaking down slowly into something beautiful. I'm going to use it here around the brassicas, just as mulch on top. It'll help hold the moisture up, keep the weeds down and slowly feed the soil over time. I'll simply gently place it over top. It's a lovely way to giving back to the garden using what I already have. When I finish mulching it, I'll sprinkle some lime gypsum over the top because pine mulch can be quite acidic. We've lived in our house for about 10 years and we put up the shed and the concrete slab with the carport beside it when we first moved in. And not long after, we put in the big back gate. We have a rear lane access, which is really handy. And today we're actually going to finish off the concreting. We've got a big slab that was already there that we just placed the shed on top of originally, but it wasn't at the right angle and it didn't actually meet right up to the top of the driveway. So today we're excavating it out, putting some gravel around to make it all level underneath, putting a drain in across the front of the garage, and we're going to mark out exactly where we want all the driveway to go, and we're going to do a path right down to the house. It's going to be so great. We've got this old path at the moment that has cracks in it. It's just not great, and now we're going to get it all fixed. It'll be great.
10 years we walked that broken ground, cracked old concrete worn right down. Every step a little story, of where we've been, not where we're going. We talked about it time and again. One day soon, but not back then. Life kept moving, days rolled by, but dreams were waiting in the quiet. And now it's changing right before our eyes. Dust and dirt, then something new will rise. From the old, we're building something strong, a place our family can belong. It's more than concrete, more than stone. It's shaping up the life we've grown. 10 years of waiting, now we see this home becoming what it's meant to be.
They're drilling in some holes so that they can put metal dowels in, which will mean that the two slabs will stay together and one won't move away from the other one.
The excavator breaks the past, layers turning, moving fast, clearing space for something better. Strong foundations last forever, measuring lines and setting straight. Every step deliberate, you can feel it.
They've also put in a stormwater pit at the side of the shed so that the stormwater will run off and go down to the front yard.
Right before our eyes, dust and dirt, then something new will rise. From the old, we're building something strong, a place our family can belong. It's more than concrete, more than stone. It's shaping up the life we've grown. 10 years of waiting, now we see this home becoming what it's meant to be. Fresh poured paths in the afternoon light, smoothing out what wasn't right. Little changes, big and hard. This is where.
Honestly, I just didn't realise what a difference it was going to make, really, to the whole house. We just find that we don't have to worry about stepping through muddy puddles, which you don't really take much notice of at the time, but when you haven't got them there and you've got this really lovely smooth footpath and driveway, it just really makes a difference. When we put the soil down, it's definitely made it all really dirty, but all of that washes off. We put some seed down and I ended up putting some straw mulch over it because the birds kept eating the seed. But as you can see, it's all come up beautifully and the whole job's looking really finished off, and I'm just so happy with the whole thing. Our son's here helping us. He's a boiler maker and he's putting a new wheel onto the gate. It helps to take the load as it does the final close and helps to have it not so much weight on the gate when it's closed. Here you can see my husband closing it, and the wheel has a spring on it, so it really helps with a smooth action as it closes. Thanks for joining us today. Had a great time bringing all this to you. Had lots of changes happening around our little urban homestead with our brassicas and our new concrete, and honestly so many other things that I just haven't had time to put into this week. But if you stay tuned and watch again next week, you'll get to see it all.
From the soil to the sea, every day's a delight. This is Clark Family.